Hey, how's everyone doing today? I'm Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Welcome to another episode of our Thursday night chat, Powered Up Comic Book Reviews. I'm excited to talk about comic books that I got this week and hang out and just review them with my friends. Before we do that, let's go ahead and hit that intro. All right, I'm going to start bringing in some of my co-hosts. As always, we got Ryan, the new guy. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? Excited to be here. Another week, some great comics came out, and I can't wait to start reading or start talking about what we've been reading.
Boom, there we go. Next up, we got the Panda. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? I'm excited to talk comic books today because I got a stack.
Ooh, dude got a fat stack of books. All right. Dustin is not with us yet. He's planning to join us, I believe, shortly. There's all sorts of things happening. The summer coming to an end. Family life, all that, and that is completely fine. Hopefully he can join us. Let's go ahead and before we get into saying hi to everyone in the chats, let's talk about our sponsor. Sponsor of our Thursday night chat is comic_book_pressing. Eric does an amazing job. My wife called right at the same time. Does an amazing job pressing comic books. Use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Make sure you protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 of comic_book_pressing. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, I love Eric. Love Eric's business.
He's amazing. And you can send books to him, and he can send it to CGC for you. Let's go ahead and say hi to everyone in the chat. Ruben Guzman, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Ruben?
I'm trying to text my wife on live stream right now.
Shouldn't she be watching?
You should be watching. This guy, you're here. What's up? Evan Kirko. What's up, dude? Robert, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's up, Robert?
ICT Vinny, hello. Vinny. No, I was not on the toilet seat.
He brought it with him this time.
We only see them when they die. Has gone to a third printing. I didn't even know that they went to a second printing. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Now. All right, into time. All right. Asa LeMay, hello. Punisher, what's up? Samuel David, hello. What's up, so, yeah, we're going to be talking some comic books tonight. Yeah. So someone mentioned this earlier, and it was ICT Vinny, I believe. We only find them when they're dead. Is it we only find them when they're dead, or we only see them when they're dead? I think it's we only find them when they're dead.
Yeah, we only find them when they're dead.
So that book is actually Boom Studios' highest printing ever for a launched issue, if that makes sense. Like they printed more books for issue 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but their very first book was issue 0. And that with all the printings made like 70 to 75,000. And they've already printed, I think, 75,000 just with the first printing, and they're going to a second and a third printing. So in the 12 to 15 years of Boom Studios' existence, we only find them when they're dead is their #1 launch comic book ever, which is pretty crazy. And I don't know if you guys noticed this or not. Let me see if I can do this really quick. On our thumbnail, I'm gonna pull this up really quick. On the right side here, we have a John Boy Myers cover for that issue, and that was announced on the 2BrothersComics YouTube channel as Simple Man's Comics and the 616 Comics partnered to create this exclusive variant again by John Boy Myers. It's a pretty awesome one. I believe there's like 3 different covers with like the same art, just like different colors, either black and white, the full color, and half and half. It's pretty cool. So I definitely suggest checking that out. I did not read that yet. I did not get a chance to read that. But I know Ryan and I know Panda did. So I'm excited to hear their thoughts on it so I can try to pick it up next week.
He can quote crazy numbers, but he didn't even read the book. Come on, man. Biggest launch ever?
The Burke Nasties. Yeah, well, dude, okay, I heard about it like an hour and a half ago, okay? I thought about getting it at the store. I decided not to. And
it was crushing it during that nap yesterday because you was sleeping on it.
Oh. Yeah, I was taking a nap yesterday. You definitely caught me. And I was trying to make you guys upset by doing that. By the way, awesome announcement early for you and Dustin today. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So if anyone missed it, I did announce a secret variant for TMNT Power Rangers number 4 for Joel's Our Collectibles that will be going on sale tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on his website for $30. It's by Diego Galindo, and it is an awesome cover of Jason the Red Ranger with the dragon shield, and then Leonardo as kind of like a Raphael one homage. And then 2BrothersComics announced one as well, where you got all the Power Rangers from the comic books and the TV show that have worn the dragon shield on the cover, as well as the Mega Dragon Zord in the background, which is pretty awesome. Both of those are $30, and they're both by Diego Galindo. Or you can buy them as a set for $50 at Joel's Our Collectibles. They're pretty awesome. So
both of those were really nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. I definitely enjoyed them.
I like that Leo Jason one.
That was the one that I announced. I like them both. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I thought the one that 2BrothersComics announced was a little bit cooler, but they both were really, really cool. No doubt about it.
I can see where visually, yeah, the one they announced is more appealing, but personally, like Jason and Leo are kind of my two favorites, so to have them singled out on the cover together, I would probably lean in that direction personally. But $50 for both of those, that's a pretty awesome deal. So you could just get both and not have to decide.
There you go. No Dustin tonight. Did he do his I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
No, he said he might be joining. We'll see. He said save Batman for last. So we will do that. I need the set for sure. Yeah, it's sick for sure. Okay, this is a part of the show where we show off the books that we grabbed this week. I will go first, as always. Okay, first book up that I got this week. I actually got it a couple weeks ago. It finally came in the mail. I've been messaging Panda about this. I'm like, where is it? And he's like, you should message them. And I didn't because I did see that there was shipping issues. Anyways, here we go. Venom 27, the N-Hook Lee, the Comic Mint exclusive variant. Pretty sick. You got Codex on the cover here with Venom. Pretty awesome. All right, and then let's go ahead and get into my haul for the week for my store. I did not grab Shazam 14. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about it. I forgot to get it. I'll have to get it next week. But I did get Deceased Dead Planet number 3, the Francesco Mattina variant. Anything Mattina, gotta get. I have to get. I love this story. It was great. We can talk about it tonight too. Panda, did you read it?
Yeah, I read it. That was one of the 4 comic books that I read since last night. So,
boom. Next up, Batman 89. I just got done. Sorry, 98, not 89. I'm talking about Mattina. We got another Mattina cover here with Punchline and the Joker. We're gonna save this for last. This next book, I think, is what we're probably gonna start with. Firepower by Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney. Really good. What's interesting is that I actually just read yesterday the OGN for it, and I'm really glad I did because there's a lot of references in issue 3.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to say about that one. This is the first issue of the series that feels like you did have to read the OGN in order to participate.
I agree, and I'm glad that I did. Ryan was talking about how great it was, and then Panda said it was great too. And so I'm like, I definitely need to pick it up because I love issue 1 and 2 so far. And as issue 3, we'll talk about it and review it. I think it's pretty good. And then I got a couple covers for Empire number 6. Captain Marvel cover here. First appearance of the Immortal She-Hulk. Decided just to get on the spec game a little bit. Not worth anything yet, but it might. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then another cover. Is this a variant? Another variant for Empire number 6. So that is my haul for the week. Let's go to Ryan.
Hey. All right. Ran out of bags and boards, so forgive me. I picked up the first comic book or free comic book day. What is this? Lady Mechanica? I've never read any of this. Vaguely familiar that it existed, but it's a free one, so why not try it out? I love steampunk and Victorian stuff, so that's right in my wheelhouse, even if it's terrible. Of course, I have to get the Usagi free comic book day. And this was kind of fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was kind of a strange fever dream. Bitter Root, I had the option on both covers, but this one's going to sell out. So I definitely wanted to grab this one. That's what, Juice, I believe?
Yeah.
An amazing cover. These ones always go quick. So, given the option, I had to get that one first.
Jealous. I didn't get that one.
Oh, no. Yeah, there was only like 2 left by the time I got there. So they were flying. This is one I'm pretty sure we're about to talk about here in a little while. So I had the option on both of the covers that I know of today. I went with this one, though. I really like the way the text looks like it's just like a billboard floating through space. I don't know. Looks incredible to me. So I went ahead and went with that. Oh, and then these are old copies, but research for later. So that's what I grabbed this week.
I didn't see any Batman in there.
No, sir, but I did read Deceased.
There you go. Did you show Firepower? Did you show that one?
I didn't pick that one up, actually. Where I went today, they were out of it. But I have one in my box, so.
Okay, so have you read it?
Yeah, I have read it.
Okay. All right, cool. Pandawesome316. That is the area code for Wichita, the ICT. What'd you get this week?
I went and got Bitterroot, but I went with cover A because they did not have that Juice cover that I've been looking for. So I am actually really jealous, Ryan.
Whew, it's fire.
Yeah. Speaking of fire, I got Firepower number 3.
Nice.
And you were able to read Firepower, though, right?
Yeah, I did read it.
We all read it.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And then I got the D for Deceased, the V for Vendetta cover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
for
that was
Deceased.
good.
The movie poster.
Yeah, the movie poster. I like this one better than the Matina cover, believe it or not. So, and then I also got
Hot takes.
The Matina cover.
Yeah,
the Matina cover. Well, they didn't have any other.
That's a nice cover too. I do like that one.
Right. And then I got We Only Find Them When They're Dead. And this is actually one of the gods, right?
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the specific one from this issue, but yeah, I mean, they're like massive and their scale is incredible. So,
yeah, so we'll talk
Vincent
about
McLean, what's up?
What's up, Vincent? What's it called? I also got Empire number 6. Got 2 different covers of that. I got the one with Black Panther, and I'm not really sure who that is. I think that's Johnny Storm, engulfed in flames there, of course. Then I got that baby cover for Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 18.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought that was a sick cover, so I
didn't even know that existed.
That one per store for Miles Morales 18 is like $75.
I know. I saw Chino and Manny got one.
Well, of course they got one. They own a shop.
They have a store. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also got 2 copies of the Thor 3rd printing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
This cover's sick.
Beautiful. That's a nice. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. 10
Like a
books.
never-ending stack over at Panda's house. John's Comics of Kids. Hello.
Hey.
Hi,
John
Vincent.
Vincent.
Zen World. What's up? Mountain Peak. Hello. I think that's everyone. Deceased movie cover is fire. That we only find them when the dead cover is nice. Also, there you go. There you go. Okay, so we're going to be reviewing some comic books tonight. Nick is over on his wife's account. It looks like to me. Dustin, what's up, man? I have all of the Empire One per stores except for nice. Decent pickups. Did Destro come out this week? I don't think it did.
I'm trying, John.
Trying.
I did watch the book club, so opinions may not vary that much tonight.
Vincent McLean, The Comic Machine, A Tribe Called Quest. What's up? Karate Kevin, hello. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so we're going to be reviewing some comic books tonight. We're going to start with Firepower, which has been absolutely fire since issue 1, the free comic book day, because they reprinted issue 1 to make money, and I bought that too, and I wish I wouldn't have, but it's what. But we're on issue 3, and they only did 1 cover, also by Chris Samney, who does the artwork and also helps with the story with Robert Kirkman. Like I said earlier, it definitely felt like this is the first book, and Ryan said it too, that you definitely had to read the OGN, which is like it says it at the bottom.
The prelude. Yeah.
So,
I kind of wish he had just called it like basically OGN 0 or something, like an issue 0.
Yeah. And it was honestly awesome. The OGN kind of felt like, I said this in our group chat, I think too, Doctor Strange meets Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I agree. I loved, is it Wei Lun? Is that the old guy's name?
Yeah, the master.
He's the best.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens going forward, honestly, because they're kind of going left and right. Okay, I've talked enough. Firepower number 3. What are your guys' thoughts on issue 3 of Firepower by Robert Kirkman?
Well, you didn't really say anything about number 3 yet, but my thoughts on it, I thought it was really good. Like I said earlier, I think it definitely feels like the first issue in this series so far that requires like the homework. But I also think it's well played because the first 2 issues are just like a lot of fun and I think draw people in. And then if they get here and they're like, oh, wait, I am missing some stuff, then it's going to kind of force them to go back. But they're already hooked, so they're going to,
I agree.
Overall, this issue I really enjoyed, though. I mean, this is easily like a 7, 8 for me. I can see where people kind of get caught up in how it's like a cliche, like 70s, 80s martial arts thing. But it also doesn't put up this front like it thinks it's being completely original. And I think that's a big part of what makes it so good and so much fun,
Yeah, it's true. You're on mute. What's up,
Selman? What's up? Yeah, no, I agree 100% with everything Ryan said here. Panda, what you thinking?
I liked it, but just, from a reader standpoint, if you're reading this and this is your jumping on point, you definitely would be kind of lost because this did have a lot of callbacks to the OGN. And I'm so glad that I read it because I got all the references and it's just, I thought it was really good. And just how, you come to find out that her partner is, kind of working in some nefarious ways here. So that was kind of cool to see that he's got his own story going now. So that was actually kind of cool. And then the ending, when they had the whole group there looking like they were going to ambush him was actually really cool. So I was really, it really got me hooked, and I really can't wait to read issue 4. But the art is just phenomenal, has been since day one.
It's not like a normal art either. It's
No.
like I mean, it literally looks like
a cartoon. Yeah,
it literally looks like that. Like
Samney does the interiors and all the covers. They did one cover for the second one too, right?
Yeah,
I think the first one had a B cover, but I know the second two have only had one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I really like his use of heavy outlining with everything. It just makes everything pop. You know what I mean? Especially with the colors that he uses and just like the sharp outlines that he has with everybody else. And it's thick outlines too. It's not just, just your regular pencil thin outline, but like there's heavy black markings all around their face, and it looks good.
Yeah, I agree. It's got it uses a lot of like blacks and a lot of like dark, heavy lines, but I also think that contrasts really well with the thin lines that he uses to kind of express the nuance. I think if the lines were a little bit closer in size, it would kind of get lost. I think that's why he can deliver such emotion and emotive expressions through those characters, is those thin lines give all this like detail, but they're contrasted by these real like heavy black lines,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just never thought I would actually be engrossed in such detail to art where I'm just like, it's got thick black outlining and I like it.
I like it. It works for the book. And honestly, like I wasn't sure after issue 1 or 2, but then reading the OGN and like it just helps like tremendously. I'm going to try to give a quick backstory for those that have not read it or are interested.
Need a refresher?
Just a real quick refresher. Here's what happens: is this guy named Owen? He shows up on a mountain, very similar again to Batman Begins. Shows up. He wants to train, become whatever they are, ninjas basically, and come to find out, the reason why he's there is because he lost his parents, and all he knows is his parents were from there, or they went there, and so he didn't know why he wanted to go there, but he wanted to find something out about his parents. Turns out his parents, his dad was a part of, what is their clan called again?
The Scorched Earth clan?
No, the other no.
Oh, the way of the Flaming Fist?
That's it. The way of the Flaming Fist.
Or the Order of the Flaming Fist?
His mom was a part of Scorched Earth. His dad left to be with his mom as part of the Scorched Earth, which is, of course, the bad guys. And everyone else finds out when they see a picture of Owen's dad and mom. And, of course, at the end of the OGN, they attack their village. And no one else can throw fire. Like, I don't know, like in issue 1, you can see the cover where Owen's throwing fire, right? And you see that in issue 1. But if you read the OGN, no one else has been able to throw fire, like, ever.
Not even Wei Lun.
Exactly. And at the very end of the OGN, Owen throws fire at the bad guy and stops the invasion. And then it goes like 15 years later, he's with his wife, who was also up there as part of the Flaming Fist, which I didn't know until I read this. And I just knew that she was kind of a badass, but I didn't know how much until I read this. And 15 years later, they're basically saying they want him to come back. And he doesn't want to because he's built a good life. And the guy he's fighting at issue 1 is actually the guy he's fighting like the whole OGN too.
But the circumstance is completely different.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the second issue gets attacked by these people that are acting like Scorched Earth, but they're not actually. And then it kind of looks like Wei Lun is part of the Scorched Earth now, but we don't know for certain. And then we find out in this issue that Owen's wife is a police officer. His wife's partner apparently is working for Wei Lun, and they said at the end of the book they have no idea and they're not prepared for what's coming, even though Owen is trying to train his children to be able to defend themselves. Did I say everything correct? Was that a good outline overview of what firepower is?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'd say so.
There's still a lot of detail in there. There's so much stuff he left out too.
Yeah.
Like that OGN is just like packed full of information. It's really well written.
It is.
I mean, credit to him, Mogwang is probably one of the most likable characters, and he is introduced as the biggest douchebag in the universe.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy the way he's introduced, but he's likable after that because he turns himself around.
Thick lines. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I agree 100% with everything. My favorite part of the OGN after reading it yesterday was a part where he's giving him like a tour of the whole place, and Waylon's like, no, seriously, there's like sugar in this water. No way. He's like, no, seriously, try it. And so of course he goes to drink the water, and Waylon goes, you shouldn't be so gullible. I thought that was good. It's
such a like Karate Kid kind of move, you know, where he like kind of misdirects you. He's like, oh no, yeah, it is all magical, and it's like, no, you big dummy, like why would it be magical?
Right.
That is actually one of my favorite characters. Just his whole persona, you know, having all the latest technology. He was talking about the iPods on that one. One part. He had Jordans on the whole time. It was just like,
and that's what Owen is wearing in this issue too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he gets the upgrade between the OGN and the when we see him at the end of the second issue, he's wearing the new Jordans and everything.
Oh, that's right.
Which was great. I mean, that scene whenever he finds the iPod, he's like, "Does it work?" And he's like trying to explain how to use it. He's like, "No, I just needed to know if it's charged."
Yeah, he's like, you just spin it until you find a song you want, and you just click. And he goes, "I know how to work an iPod."
Yeah.
Really fun. Kansas is a cool place like that. Yes. According to the Superman Year One story, I went to the same college as Superman, and we had the same major. So there's that.
Wow.
Burke, I've been meaning to ask you, do you like anime? No. There's quite a few really good ones featuring voice talents of Johnny Young Bosch, the Black and later Green Ranger. Yeah, I know who Johnny Young Bosch is. I did not know about the anime, but I'm not an anime fan, unfortunately. Magic Lasso, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey.
Yeah, I thought Firepower was. I definitely enjoyed it more than issue 2.
Yeah.
Where it was like hardly any word bubbles. I think it was the first. I think Ryan said it like 15 pages without a single word actually being spoken.
Yeah, 14 pages.
Yeah, but there's a lot more speaking in this, and it kind of like builds together issues 1, 2, and 3 plus the OGN, which OGN felt like 7 issues because it was so thick and long.
Yeah. Kirkman said he wrote it, you know, like novel style, so it wasn't written with like traditional comic breaks or anything. But he said he accounts it to about like basically like 8 issues worth of content. So probably in that wheelhouse. He might be upselling it a little bit, but I would say 6 to 8 issues worth of content is pretty accurate.
That makes sense because it's super thick and there's no breaks to show off the covers between the books.
Yeah. It's not like a trade paperback. It's definitely like written all to be read like in one sitting, you know.
Here's kind of the artwork that we're talking about here. I mean, that's just it through the whole thing. And here, that's the Scorched Earth Clan. But yeah, I'm not a big indie guy, but you know what? This book is amazing. I love Firepower. Firepower issue 3, 1, 2, and 3, all so good. In fact, issue 3 was sold out at the distributor level, and Bleeding Cool is calling it the next Walking Dead. Who knows if that's true or not? But you do need to pick up Firepower. In fact, I need to get the. Who is this?
What?
What? How long have you been sitting there?
When you're on vacation, time doesn't matter.
I saw this, and I was like, wait a second.
Oh, he must have saw my Instagram story.
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going, man. going? How are
Cool.
y'all?
We're good, man. We just got done. Honestly, we literally just got done reviewing Firepower number 3. So,
Right on. Picked it up, but I still haven't read any of them. So
oh, well, there you go. But
I haven't gotten that prelude thing. So issue 1 still sitting beside my bed. I was gonna read it one night, and Justin Birch was like, "No, read the prelude first." What's up, Samuel? What's going on, everybody in the chat? Everybody's waking up now.
everyone's like, "You got to wake up now." You know, what did you say to Panda last week when you were talking about you picked up all these books? He picked up all those books, and he didn't get a chance to read some of them. You're like, "Who picks up books? It doesn't read them on the Thursday night chat." It's perfect timing. I don't know if you have your books ready or not to show off what you grabbed this week, but we can go to you. Everyone else showed off already. Here we go.
So I thought my pull list had 4 books this week. That was not the case. Picked up my favorite book that I'm reading right now. It's the first time since I started collecting. My favorite book that I was reading was not an indie, but picked up both covers of Batman. We only find them when they're dead. This will go in our bro box. The last issue for King of Nowhere 5. Really looking forward to reading that. Firepower. Not sure if I'm ever going to be able to jump on that or not. We'll see. Another book that I'm really looking forward to reading. Panda sent me this, so appreciate that, man. Can't wait to get into that. The Lee and Yuck variant for 7 Secrets, issue number 1. That'll be in our bro box.
Nice.
Got that Thor 5. Was this the 3rd print?
Mm-hmm.
3rd print. 2nd print of Venom 26. Big Cap fan, so I had to pick up the 2nd print for 27 with all the Venomized Avengers on it. Got the 2nd printing of Ice Cream Man, continuing on with that Dr. Seuss theme. Mm-hmm. And this is a book I think a lot of people are sleeping on if you're a Power Rangers fan. This is the 2nd printing for Power Rangers issue 50. This is only, I believe, the 3rd issue in Power Rangers that has had, it may be the 4th, but I think it's less than 5 issues have had more than one printing. 2nd printing for issue 50. And I think this is the first time we've seen Draken on a cover helmetless, but this is the first appearance on a cover of this new Draken that we're seeing in the story. So I definitely wanted to pick that up. It's just a cool cover. So
Dan Mora.
Yeah. And I don't think we've had a 2nd printing on a Power Rangers book since issue 9. So that was really cool.
I think you're right, man. I think you're right. I cannot, I know issue 0,
1, and 9.
Okay, there was a 2nd print on issue 1.
I think so. And I don't think there was a 2nd print for 25 because they had so many covers.
Right.
But I think issue 9 was the last time we had a 2nd print. But like I said, with that being this new Draken character that we're seeing now, I mean, it's basically like a new, this is a Draken like we've never seen him before in the story. So I was like, yeah, I definitely want that.
Boom.
I will say that new Draken feels like a completely different character.
Yeah.
The way he looks and his design and the way he feels.
Yeah, I mean, instead of being all about the power, he's just almost psychotic.
Yeah.
So
he's
another book from Panda. He donated this to the Bro Box.
Boom.
So again, thank you, sir. And then these are 2 I picked up last Sunday, and this is the end. Got the only 1st print I was missing from the original run of Cantos. This is the 1st print of issue number 2. And I finally picked up the ash can for The Last Ronin. And this is my makeshift bag and board until I can get it off to CGC, which will be very, very soon. But at least it's protected enough now. So it's not going to be in there long enough for that non-acid free backing board to hurt it, I promise. Because I know somebody's sitting there probably going, ooh.
I want to say there's 3 on the census. 2 9.
Yeah, no 9/8s yet.
You can have the only 9/8.
I might have.
Whew, that's going to be a push.
I think 25 did have a 2nd print. I believe the cover was an all-white cover with it. He's right.
Okay.
It was a cover with the lightning bolt in green.
Okay.
Was a 2nd print for issue 25.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. It's been so long ago. So,
It has.
but we don't get them often, and it's usually it's a big story arc or, something like that. So, but I like the cover anyway. So regardless, they could have second print for every book. I would have got that one though. But a lot of shops didn't order it. I've never seen it in a shop. I had to actually order that through Previews World for my pull list to get it.
I'm going to have to ask my shop if they ordered it or not, because he said he had some like different printings for Power Rangers, but they were so busy yesterday that I wasn't able to ask him about that. And he did get a one per store for Batman 92, that white sketch cover, a punchline on it.
Mm.
That book is like
$300 book.
He has one of those somewhere.
Yeah, I passed up on one of those the day it came out for like $90 or something. And then it turned out to be what it was. I was like, well, somebody got that. They got a good deal.
Right.
I do want to say, I want to give you time to talk about this really quickly, Dustin. So I think this will probably be we're going to transition to the next book. I'm not sure if you've read it yet or not, but you guys did announce this on your channel. Well, wrong one. Darn it. There we go. Okay. So on the right, these are the three books we were going to talk about tonight. Batman 98 is going to come last. We talked about Firepower already. And then on the right side there, we have We Only Find Them When They're Dead, #1. And that is an exclusive cover, right?
Yep. Exclusive cover through Simple Man's and 616 Comics.
Boom.
And it's a nice cover. And I believe there's also a black and white print as well.
And that is done by the amazing John Boy Myers.
Yes, John Boy did that. There's actually 3 now that I remember now. There's 3. So there's that cover. There's the same cover. It's all black and white except the little aura coming out of her eye. It has color and everything else is black and white. And then there's an all black and white cover. And they're all super, super limited prints and really, really cool looking. So if you're a John Boy Myers fan and are a fan of this book or limited prints, that's probably one of the most limited printed copies of this #1 issue you're going to find out there. So
Trying to find it here really quickly on their website so I can show it off. I did put a link to their site in the chat here. Here we go. I'll pull this up. And I was just saying this earlier, Dustin. You got to announce the highest printing ever for first issue launch for Boom Studios ever. Like, it has the highest printing ever. Like, issue 0, I said this earlier, for Power Rangers was like 70 to 75,000. They printed 75,000 just for issue 1, not including the second and third prints. We Only Find Them When They're Dead.
yeah.
So here are some of the other covers that you can get. I don't see those white and black ones.
Maybe I'm thinking 7 Secrets then.
No, here it is.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, so you have the 100 copy print run has the just the color in that beam coming off her eye, 250 on the black and white and 500 on the other. 100 copy print run for an issue #1 from Boom Studios. That's a big deal. And John Boy Myers isn't a slacker. He's not just some schmo out there throwing ink down. So I wouldn't sleep on that one if you're someone who is definitely into getting those low printed copies for #1s, especially with the hype around this story. So just saying.
Boom. Dustin dropping knowledge. All right. So let's talk. We Only Find Them When They're Dead. I have not personally read it, so I want you guys to tell me why I should pick it up, other than the hype surrounding the book, other than the amazing covers on the book. Tell me about the story, guys.
Did you read it, Dustin?
Oh.
I haven't yet. I'm telling you, like, we just got back from vacation, and then my kid had his first ever cavity filling today, and then we had baseball and everything else. So it has just been crazy. I have not had any time to do anything. So I read Batman on the way to his game and finished it on the way back. Had to let my wife drive.
Okay.
But I'm sure Ryan, this seems like something right up Ryan's alley. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I expected Ryan to really carry the conversation on this one anyway. And I'm sure Panda read it, but I mean, and it's nothing against Panda, but I know like this right here, probably Ryan is just jumping at that one.
He knows me all too well.
Let's hear it, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I really enjoyed this. I think there's a lot of hype around this book, and all of the hype is behind the design work and the artwork. Yeah, Simone De Mayo. We knew him a little bit from Power Rangers. He did Beyond the Grid. He did the artwork for that, and that's what really attracted me to his name in the first place being on this, because in Beyond the Grid, what he does exceptionally well is the spacescapes, like all the backgrounds, like he knows how to do that scale and, the colors and the vibrancy. So I was really excited about this book. I love the way it turned out. It looks incredible. I think if you take the story that you got in this book at face value, I think the story would hit kind of low. However, one thing about this is if you get to the title page, this is book 1, issue 1. So this is a story that's built to build slowly, So I think this is going to be a very long series. I think there's a lot of plans for this. And I think the full story is probably mapped out. We know that Al Ewing is not a sleeper. And I think the perspective I took on this myself is that this is a prison story. I mean, if you look at like a prison drama, whenever the guards and the wardens are around, they never say what they're actually thinking. In fact, what they tend to do, and that's why I pulled this book out, Strange Skies Over East Berlin. This is an espionage book where they had basically a sleeper agent in East Berlin. He's an American in East Berlin. And what's really interesting about it is everybody is spies. So the only time they actually say the truth or what they're actually thinking is whenever it's so shocking that you wouldn't even believe it, And so you kind of get that in this book as well. It seems like they're all like speaking in code and talking around the point until they say something so true that you're just like, whoa, like, where did that come from? Like when he reveals his problem with one of the wardens, basically. And as they're talking, they start to get to a point where they'll get to some truth. And, then he'll suddenly cut in and say, the ship has ears, And that kind of reminds me of, I forget the comedian's name at the moment, but he tells this story about when he was in prison and they would say Mexican got on boots. And that was code for like, you need to get ready for a riot. And so he tells this story, and everywhere throughout the story, he's always repeating, he talks to somebody and they say Mexican got on boots, And so that's kind of what this reminded me of, is a prison drama, because every time they start to get toward the truth, suddenly he's like, the ship has ears, and all of a sudden the whole conversation changes. So I think if you take this story at face value in the first one, I think it's not as strong as it's going to turn out to be.
We had some commentary here from Bearded Comic Bro. What's up, dude? Certainly going to be a slow burn. Issue 1 didn't hit the right notes for me yet. Okay.
Yeah, it was enough for me to try out issue 2. Like, I'm a big fan of space. And so anytime you go into space, it always seems like a broader story to everything in the universe. All of a sudden just opens up even more, instead of it just being stationed at Earth and just the Earth setting. Like when you're in space, it just feels immense, and so the story could really go anywhere with that. So it was enough for me to pick up issue 2. But beyond that, I like the art a lot. Like, I'm a really big fan of the art. But just like Ryan was saying, they really talked in a lot of code, and so it was just I could tell that they were part of a team and the reason why they were talking in code. But Ryan and I were talking about it backstage and how we think there should have been a little bit more context to knowing what these gods are or what they do or what So this way, when they actually drop that last part at the very end, like it would hit a little bit more home to see, like, okay, yeah, I really want to see what a live god looks like, rather than just going, okay, well, I guess they're going to see a live one in the next one, right?
Yeah. I felt the same way. That was the one thing they missed, was giving us context for that final page turn. They could have done that a little bit better. I think it would have hooked people in a little bit more.
Dustin, really quickly, Dustin, did you finish Batman? Because the ending to that, you did. Okay. All right. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on the end of that book.
And Panda, I'm sorry for discrediting your interest in space while you are wearing a freaking NASA shirt, dude. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me, dude.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the other book that I pulled from my collection is called Robotech Remix, and this is a really interesting like sci-fi story. But one thing I wanted to point out is like the design elements. It has a lot of the same style, like that orange and red and yellow kind of glass look to it. So I think that's a really interesting trend in like spacefaring comics right now, is a lot of the style and design that you see going on. It almost seems like they've kind of perfected it in a way with we only find them when they're dead. So I do think that is a trend to watch.
Los vatos locos, mi familia. Órale, what's up, homie?
Such a good movie.
That was amazing. Que pasa? What's up? What's up? Putting on mute. No Batman spoilers for me. Okay, well, we're gonna get there in about 2, maybe 3 minutes. So
yeah, I'm on the fence on whether or not this book is gonna be for me, and that's not to discredit the story or whether it's gonna be good or not, but it seems really anime style, and that's not really been my forte. I'm definitely gonna read it and give it a chance, but just depending on how much I can get into the space type stuff and the anime, it definitely to me seems like something that would be up Nick's alley. So that's the great thing about having two of us on one channel. If one of us isn't into something, the other one usually is. So we can still talk about it, but we'll see. I'll give it a chance though, for sure.
Yeah, that was something else I thought. It reminded me a lot of like late 80s, early 90s anime. So it's got like the sci-fi elements of like Robotech and the Macross saga. It has like the introspective existential elements of Evangelion. And then it has like this corporate political drama element, kind of like Gundam Wing. So there's definitely a lot of anime influence in there. And I don't know how much of that it comes from the art and how much comes from the writing, but there's definitely an anime element to it. So it may or may not be somebody's cup of tea for that.
Yeah, if it's a lot of anime, I may not pick it up because, I mean, I've said this before. Daniele De Nicuolo that did Power Rangers, it all looked anime, and I hated it. Hated it.
Yeah.
We all hated it because that doesn't fit Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Like other stories, it does not fit Power Rangers. Which,
yeah.
He did do a pretty good job in Seven Secrets, which it could be a little bit more anime, but I didn't like his Power Rangers one. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I like anime, but I'm pretty picky about it, and I don't think Daniele is that good at it because it feels like he's trying to replicate anime, whereas like Simone, he's kind of developed his own style that's obviously like got his anime influences in it, and that's a big difference for me.
So, what do you guys think? You guys both think it's good or just okay?
I think it's good. I think it's a long haul, though. I don't think you're going to pick up one issue of this and get hooked, but I think if you're willing to take the time with it, I think this is going to turn into something incredible.
Well, and I'll say to that, me and you, Ryan, we both said the same thing in the beginning about Something's Killing the Children. Mm-hmm. Where it felt like it was just dragging on like way too long for a while, and then all of a sudden it was just like and took off, and now it's just you can't not read that story unless you're Steve.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? The way you're describing that reminds me of The Watchmen. Have you guys ever read The Watchmen?
Never read it. Watched the show, the movie.
Dude, Panda, have you read it?
Yeah, I've read it.
It drags.
I liked it a lot more than the actual movie.
Yeah, I did, but it drags a lot. And then at the end, but that's what it sounds like. Let's see here. I'm not into anime, but if there's Star Wars anime, I would be in for the long haul. There you go. Something shoulder is my sheet. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I might try it next week. Probably not, but maybe. But
I would say my final thoughts for just like the average person is if you're in for the long haul, then the story's probably going to pay off. Otherwise, get these first couple of covers because I think these covers are incredibly impressive, and on the spec market, they are going to turn into something.
There you go. Dude, there you go. Carlito, our show comes out tomorrow. First 3 episodes of The Boys comes out tomorrow. Stoked on that. Okay, we are there. Batman 98. Am I echoing?
Not as much now as when we first got on.
Oh, was I echoing when we first got on?
Yeah, but it cleared up, so.
It dragged. Watchmen is registered. It dragged to me, homie. It dragged to me, homie. Love that cover. Yeah, well, they own the rights to Boom Studios books, so yeah. Okay, Dustin hasn't been here. Let's hear your thoughts on Batman 98 because there's pretty good stuff in this book.
Yeah, it was really good. To me, it didn't get me as excited as the last couple of issues. The last couple of issues, you guys weren't able to shut me up about it because it was just page after page of just stuff that was just really honing me in and getting me excited. It was still a great read. And we did get some good stuff in it. So I really enjoyed that. I love the way it started out with the Riddler and Scarecrow playing chess, and the way that they kind of show like these villains are so enamored with their struggle with Batman that it's like common communication between each other. Like you're just sitting here, playing chess, and his way of getting at you is, well, just look at it like how would you be trying to get the next move up on Batman? And he's like, that, what do you think I'm trying to do? And then Crane's playing these mind games with Riddler, which is a person that can't stand to have mind games played with him, and he flips the table. Like, it's just a good comedic way to start this off. Thanks, baby. Thank you. All right, those will be enough. My wife's bringing me water. Sorry.
Draw is nice. Thanks, Bebe. Thanks, Bebe.
Oh, yeah. But it's funny because it kind of adds that comedic, the way that you would almost see it if all these villains were together like that, just stuck in this area together. They're obviously gonna get into like some stupid fights about dumb things and try to beat each other up, and like, of course it's gonna happen. So I was glad to see that. And then you start getting into this deep conversation with Bruce Wayne and his inner self, which is Alfred. And I liked how that they continue to go through Batman's struggle of doubting himself and whether he's able to actually do this, and all of this is happening while he's still under that punchline toxin, and he's unconscious. And the whole time he's under and having this struggle in his mind, here is Harley Quinn trying to save this area that Poison Ivy, this supposedly secret area Poison Ivy grew, and friggin' Punchline shows up and just burns it to the ground. And then Harley's trying to carry Batman around. Why are you so heavy? Don't you jump off buildings and stuff? I mean, yeah. Yeah, sometimes. So I love that. Like all this chaos is going around him, and he's having this, like, he's sitting here having tea with Alfred. Like, everything around him is burning down, literally and figuratively, and he's having tea with Alfred and trying to go through this emotional struggle and figure out what's going on. And then you have this brutal fight between Harley and Punchline, and it did not go the way it did before. And they're both basically trying to convince the other one of why they were a more important key to the Joker while at the same time trying to convince the other one that, you're wrong. So Harley's like, okay, Punchline's telling Harley, you were just a pog. You were just a pog. You meant nothing. And Harley's like, well, what do you think you are? You know? So you go through a little bit of the origin of Harley, then a little bit of the origin on Punchline, and kind of go through the differences on why they ended up with the Joker. So that was really neat. But I really enjoyed the fight scenes between them. I mean, when Harley is just digging in on Punchline, she pulls her hand up and it's just dripping with blood. I mean, that was really good to see Punchline just get the absolute piss beat out of her. I enjoyed that.
I know that you did. I know you did.
And you know, and then finally Batman, he pretty much, it's like Tynion gave Batman the opportunity to say goodbye to Alfred. He never had that opportunity. He was too busy frolicking on the beach when Alfred was getting his neck cracked. So he never had that chance to say goodbye. And I think having that lack of closure has been a big reason why he's had this internal struggle of Alfred being this voice in his head. And so to be able to get that finally tied up at the end, and the way Alfred just kind of lashes out at him, trying to, like, you know, wake up, like, remember who you are. You know, that was like a big thing. Like, dude, like, you remember who you are. Like, you're freaking Batman, dude. Like, you're not just some Joe Schmo out here. You're Batman. Remember that. Be that. Quit sulking. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. Quit worrying about the things you can't fix, and go do what you need to do. And I won't go any more to the rest of it, but yeah. So like I said, it didn't get me as hyped up as the last couple of issues have, but it was still a really good, really, really well written issue, and the art was fantastic.
Yeah,
Dustin, you just sounded a lot like our friend Jack, Mr. Bolo from Simple Man's Comics, where he's got all these things in his head, and it always feels like what he's thinking is 10 to 12 words ahead of what he's saying.
Oh.
I feel like you just did a really good job of explaining stuff and explaining why it's cool or not cool. And every time we talk Batman, you're super pumped and emotional and passionate about it. And we love it. Everyone else is saying it too. He has a southern drawl. He sounds like thick molasses. Ryan was saying, where does it? He makes everything sound so good. He can sell a book for sure. I'm just saying,
well, I appreciate it, because I always kind of feel a little more insecure whenever I have to review a book or something, because I'm like, man, I hear other people talk about stuff, and I'm like all the time I hear people say things, and I'm like, well, I didn't see that, or I didn't catch that. But I guess it just depends on what it is. I mean, I guess, you know, whether or not you're going to see more things than not. So I appreciate it. That's a huge compliment and boost my confidence, for sure. Yeah. Especially compared to Jack. I mean, that guy's great. So
good.
Appreciate it.
What's up, Southern Comic Geek? How's it going? Yeah, I do too. Adrian APM, what's up, man? How's it going? So where does he say? So in this book, Batman is talking to Alfred, and he's like, I can't do it without you. Can't do it without you. And in his dream, in his head, he smacks the shit out of Bruce.
I mean, how many people are just going to slap the hell out of Batman like that?
I know. You are Batman. You need to accept the world you live in and accept what you can control. And I thought that whole scene was perfect. And I think you've been saying this for a while now, like, Dustin, that it was the easy thing for Tynion to do would be like, no, screw Tom King. I'm bringing back Alfred. No, he did exactly what we all thought was the better route, and that was to leave the status quo, but also have him try to deal with it, and not like the Tom King way where it's just like dream sequences for 8 issues. Like, other stuff was happening while he was going through it. He did have a couple of dreams, but the dreams were helping him get over it, versus every issue to Tom King where that was happening. It was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, and there was a reason here, because he was hit with that punchline toxin. Like, that's what brought it on him. You know, it wasn't just he's just walking around with his head all screwed up. Like, there's a reason why. So that's definitely important as well. Yeah, you're right.
And Punchline says, because he wakes up after he finally gets done talking to Alfred, finally accepting that Alfred's dead and he can move on and be Batman without him. He gets up while Harley and Punchline are fighting right next to his body. He gets up and Punchline says, You're awake. That's not possible. The toxin in your system," and he says, "has no hold over me anymore." And she goes, "But how? That's not possible." And you get this. I'm going to do this.
Full screen it, dude. That was so good.
Oh, so good. Batman.
That is such like an old school throwback to like the old school Batman comics, man. Oh my gosh.
That's amazing. I mean, I cannot believe that we've gone, 10, 12 minutes talking Batman without saying how amazing the artwork is, again, by Jorge Jimenez. Every single issue, incredible. And the colors, incredible. Every single book, he kills it. Obviously, to show that is amazing. The whole book is amazing. I love the way, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do this again. Punchline, look at her face. She is scared shitless. And she is, and you have not seen.
And then that bottom panel where he just engulfs her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that shot of him in that next page where he's holding Punchline, like the colors just around him with the fire and
purple
light, it just hit him so freaking good.
Amazing.
Jimenez is killing it.
Incredible. And we haven't got to the best part. The best part. It was not. They should have ended it on that page.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the next page is fine.
No, they should have had that earlier.
But they should have had that earlier, right before all this. But this is the best part in the whole book. He's talking to Harley, let me do this again. He has basically a battery in his pouch, and she goes, "No, you don't." And he goes, "Computer, this is Batman. Get me the location of the family. Designate family members." And he says, "All of them."
Yeah, said, "Which ones would you like me to call?" And he says, "I need them all."
I need everyone.
Yeah.
That's where it should have ended. That's my only gripe with this whole issue was it should have ended with that last panel.
When I saw that, I got so hyped, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, I almost didn't even flip the page. I thought that was the end. Now, there was one thing about that I was questioning. So if you look at that and you see like his eyes, I don't know why, but his eyes are green.
It's from the battery.
Oh, is it the battery? Okay, I didn't know if it was the. I was because I knew like that Joker toxin makes all their eyes green and that green.
Yeah,
so I was like, is the toxin still like doing something? Is he using it like to his advantage now? But now that makes sense what you're saying.
So for the panel that's above that one, you can see him put in the battery into the middle of his pouch.
Okay.
It has that green spark, and then you can actually see his eyes light up.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, right on. Yeah.
And I like how he just calls it a battery.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed that. Like I said, I was reading it in the car, so I missed that. But yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, cool.
Just a smirk on his face when and
I loved how like it's been days that he's been going through all of this, so he hasn't been home. I mean, if you go all the way back to the issue where everything started, where Punchline slit Harley's throat and he got stabbed in the leg, like ever since then he has not had one day that he's been home, and he hasn't he's either been knocked out or fighting or on this toxin. And the fact that they went through the detail to remember that enough to make sure he wasn't clean shaven, when you get that close up on his face and anything, and all throughout this story, like he's got like his beard is growing in, or he's got the shadow coming in. Like the attention to that detail was awesome. That, to me, I looked at that and I was like, man, like that little thing right there, touche, boys. Y'all are doing a great job.
James Tynion IV is among the top 3 writers probably out there right now. I mean, I'd put him with Donny Cates, and who's the other one? Maybe Robert Kirkman. I don't know who else you put up there. You know what I mean? And he's killing it.
I mean, I'm too big of a fanboy to even say that Cates is in his league, but I'm a huge Tynion fanboy. To me, Donny Cates doesn't even get to hold his pencil.
Donny Cates is pretty good. Donny Cates is pretty good.
Oh, he's good. I'm not knocking him at all, but to me, Tynion across the board, front to back, finish,
next level,
everything he's doing, it's just too much.
I don't know about Al Ewing. I don't know about that.
That guy.
There you go. There he is. Yeah, James Tynion IV is probably. I mean, he's been killing it for a while, all over the place. He did the entire 3 volumes of Batman TMNT, and they were all amazing. And he's killing on Batman. He's done all sorts of other books in the past, and every single thing he writes is really good.
Yeah,
really
he's got a new one that's going to be coming out before too long too. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Jason Aaron, yeah, absolutely.
I
really like Tynion because he writes like from within the character, and he writes. I mean, his dialogue is just like next level. And listening to Dustin describe this Batman, these like last 2 Batman books he's talked about, like I see it. Like he's just drawing really good dialogue and pulling a lot out of the character just based on what they say to each other. I mean, you start a review with the Riddler and the Scarecrow are playing chess, and I'm like, I'm in. If Tynion's writing it, like I don't care if the whole issue could be them playing one chess game, but if the dialogue is Tynion dialogue, like I'm in. I'm there. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
He in the last issue of Something Is Killing the Children, half the issue is the 2 main characters having a conversation in a hospital room like 25 feet away from each other, and it is the most intimate conversation I've ever read in my life.
Yeah.
Like his dialogue is just next level. He's crushing it.
I'm going to say it. This creative team of Jorge Jimenez and James Tynion IV is on the level or higher than Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo was in the New 52.
Don't say it.
You knew it, right? I mean, that creative team is next level. And that's how good these books have been. That's how amazing this art has been. Panda, we've hardly let you say anything about this book. We've been hogging the mic. What do you got to say about Batman 98? We all loved it.
Yeah, there's nothing that I could say that you guys haven't already said. I mean, Dustin already, sold me a car, so I've bought in all the way through. So absolutely, I love the way that they've been writing the characters. The character development with everything actually feels cohesive with everything that you know about Batman. But to see the insecurities that Bruce Wayne is going through as Batman, with his whole toxin fear, like that's what I love about this toxin fear that Punchline has done, is that it's made him really take a look at himself. And just like you were saying, Steve, I was thinking the same thing was, he just hasn't had that, final goodbye with Alfred. And so it really feels like this is his closure to that spot. And, to have his inner voice, telling him through Alfred's voice that he can be Batman. It's like all of a sudden he's got that boost of confidence back. And, it's just now he feels like Batman again. And so that last panel when he said, I need everyone, like he knows that he can't do everything by himself. Like, even though he wants to, he knows that he can't do it by himself. And so he needs the Bat family to do it. So I honestly, like I said, you guys said everything that I was going to say anyways. So
are we all in agreement?
Bought the farm with from Dustin. So
that was the best, like 5 minutes I've ever heard from someone talking about a Batman book. That was amazing. So are we all in agreement that we think Batman 99 is kind of a setup issue for the whole team to come together, make a plan, kind of tie up the loose ends, we didn't get to see the Joker in this book once.
Nope.
Really, he didn't say like we did, but we didn't get it. He didn't say anything. We didn't see the Clown Hunter at all. In last issue, the Joker wanted the Clown Hunter dead. There's got to be something there coming up with that. And we know the 1 of 25 for Batman 99 has my guy Nightwing on the cover. So I think for sure we're going to get Dick Grayson back as Nightwing in issue 99. I hope so, at least, because that's the last book before Batman 100, which is the ending to the Joker one. Is that what you guys are thinking as well?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I loved also with the dialogue while Punchline and Harley are fighting, where Punchline calls, she's like dissing Harley, you old clown, and Harley's calling her a kid. So like she's throwing shade at Harley, like, you're basically the way a lot of people are buying into Punchline right now. Like you're the old, everybody's crush Batman character. I'm the new hotness. I'm the one that everybody thinks looks good now, and you're the old news. And so when he throws that kind of stuff in there, I picked that up. I'm like, yeah, it's a nice touch too. And I also just noticed reading this one, Punchline's gloves and her knee pads have the X's and O's, so it's like her hands, her fists, and her knees are like hugs and kisses. So I was like, that's a cool little touch, I guess.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
The new hotness. She is the new hotness. I personally prefer her over Harley Quinn, just because I feel like the way that Harley Quinn is written individually is somewhat annoying. She's not bad with Joker, but by herself, I find her to be super annoying. And I don't like the way she looks compared to the way that Punchline looks, in my opinion. But I know Dustin, I don't think is a fan at all of Punchline. So
I don't know. I have a hard time. Like I don't look at like cartoons like and able to find like a physical attraction to them, I guess. But I think Harley's design is better. I know the actresses that have played her in the movies. Like, if you're not a fan of that, like,
that's true.
I mean, I don't see Punchline being able to look that good in a movie. So
Margot Robbie's pretty good. Margot Robbie is pretty good in everything. Mm-hmm. Honestly, she was amazing in Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any you guys anything else you guys want to say about Batman 98? Nothing?
That cover is really good too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Love it. Anything Matina I pick up. Gotta pick it up. Should we end it here, or should we talk a little bit of DC's Dead Planet and then call it a night?
I was gonna say, I thought this was the best Dead Planet issue I've read so far.
Yeah,
definitely stuck to characters that I like a lot more than some of that other stuff.
Yeah, Brian, did it feel like a Justice League Dark to you?
Yeah.
And that's why I liked it a lot, was because I definitely like the characters out of the Justice League Dark.
I will say, like, my issue with the first two is they didn't hook me, and then this one almost did. Almost. They messed it up.
Almost.
Like, it's 2 pages too many. If it had ended at that, like, I guess second to last page, whenever they show up at the cabin, I would have been like, oh, man, I've got to read the next one to find out who's at this cabin. And then they're like, oh, but we're going to show you that and everything that happens with this character in 2 pages.
I want to say 2 things really quickly on this book. First, they brought in a character that I kind of forgotten about, honestly. Amazo.
Oh.
I kind of forgot about that. That's it's a robot that has all of everyone's powers. It was in the Flash TV show too, and their crossover, I think like 2 years ago. And they're building a whole army of them. And other thing, actually, there's 2 more things I actually want to say. When this happens with Maxwell Lord.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Getting his head popped off like that.
Yeah.
That was nasty. I love Swamp Thing.
Yeah. He's been awesome. Like the way he showed up really set the tone for who he is in this one. Because
Yeah, absolutely.
man, I was like, is he gonna go that far? Boop. Okay.
Tom Kelly does a good job of just like figuring out like different ways to kill characters. You know what I mean? Like interesting ways, not like, oh, they're dead. You know what I mean? Like interesting ways to kill them or get them the virus. I don't know.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with Ryan. If they had cut it off right when they got to the cabin, and the last panel was that panel where you saw that guy's fist,
Mm-hmm.
like it would have been awesome. But then you show it's Mr. Miracle, and you're just like, okay, well,
I agree.
you just kind of
yeah. If it had only been that first panel, like just a full page of them stepping out of the rift and there's a cabin there, I would have been hooked. But if we had got all of these panels and it ended with that shadow fist there, and I'm like, who is this? I 100% would have been hooked. Those last 2 pages, that would have been a great start for the next issue. I don't know why they went 2 more pages.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that, because I was definitely hooked, and I really thought that was the end of the book. And then I flipped over. I was just like, oh, they just revealed it's Mr. Miracle. Like, I honestly felt genuinely ripped off at this point, just because that suspense was gone.
Yeah. I read that page and I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to talk about this book tonight, because we are about to spend the next week figuring out who is in this cabin. And I was like, but it doesn't say to be continued. And I flipped the page. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, we're about to get it all. Like,
yeah,
it I don't know. To me, it was a big flop at the end with that.
I agree. I mean, you already knew who it was by that last bubble on that page anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, the Berta thing.
But I have to ask you.
Oh, and Mr. Miracle, yeah. But they could have cut that out and changed that to be continued, and it would have been perfect.
Who do they need Mr. Miracle to steal the throne from? Because it says, we need you to steal the throne from a god. Who do you guys think that is?
I don't know. Darkseid's dead, though, right?
He should be. I mean,
I have no idea who's got the throne.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I do not have enough knowledge of the DC universe to even imagine who they could be talking about there. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't even know anything about Mr. Miracle or Big Berta, so
I don't really know about him that much about him either. But it definitely felt like you guys said, like a Justice League Dark. Is you got Constantine, you got Detective Chimp, you got Zatanna at the beginning, you got Swamp Thing, you get a little bit of Batman and Superman in here.
Disappearing Harley, that was odd.
Yeah,
she just like turns into a vacuum of space. It's like,
dude,
what?
The way that they got rid of Plastic Man, I thought was really cool. How Zatanna got rid of Plastic Man at the end. I thought that was really cool.
I have to go find it now.
I will say that scene with Cyborg and stuff, I do love the way that the camera is constantly panning in every panel. And so you're kind of like seeing the exact same, I guess, like circle of characters having this conversation, but it's like constantly moving, and you're finding out there's other characters here and stuff. Like, this is a big circle of people that are concerned about what's going to happen next, you know?
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it.
And you know, to me, like, fourth wall breaks are at their best, like y'all were talking about with Harley and Punchline fighting, you know, whenever they're not specifically breaking the fourth wall, but kind of like meta referencing. And I thought that was a really good moment in here when Constantine tells them, no, not yet, you're Superman. We'll probably need you to save us in the next one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I love this whole first series and second series with Tom Taylor. He's a great writer, and I've enjoyed it. And the art has been good. I don't even know who's the artist. I'll have to look here. Trevor Hairsine. So I thought it's good. And we kind of thought they were all dead in the last issue, and we kind of didn't really get a very good description as to why they're not dead. But
honestly, I was a little annoyed at that on like the first page or two. I was like, what? They clearly all died, and now they're just like
Not dad.
doing comic books. And then by the end of this book, before they kind of flopped the ending, I was like, you know what? I don't even care that they lied to us at the end of the last one.
Yeah.
If they had not done those last 2 pages, I would not have even ever thought about the fact that they made us think they were all dead intentionally.
The other thing we saw was that Damien is not his dad. He's okay with hugging. He hugged Commissioner Gordon.
That was really good. It was comedic, but also heartfelt in like a really nice way, you know?
Crypto's there. Jonathan Kent's okay, which apparently he has a thing with Mary Marvel, which is Mary from Shazam. I guess they're kind of a thing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it. I thought it was really good.
I also thought, like, why did she... I guess because of the effect it has when she does Shazam or whatever. It was just, like, really weird. Why would you transform right there in that moment? Like, that was just kind of, like, really strange to me, you know? Like, I'm going to call, like, Power Cosmic right now just to show you who I am instead of saying that I'm Mary Shazam.
Makes sense.
It was just, like, really weird, but...
Yeah. Dustin, you need to jump back in on this series, man. I know you loved Deceased 1 through 6.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't picked up any of the new series though.
Dude, you need to.
I got so much on my pull list.
I know.
If I tried to read everything I wanted to, oh my gosh! Like I already feel like I need to weed out some stuff now. So it's just hard because there's like I have stuff that ends and then new stuff starts. So I'm trying not to jump on everything as it's starting off again too. I'd love to get down where I'm only reading like maybe 10 titles at the most, but I think I'm reading like closer to 20 right now.
I think I'm at like 12 to 14. I think I'm at like 10 to 12, somewhere in there. I think you said you were going to the comic store and you were only planning to buy like 4 books. You bought a lot more than 4.
Yeah. This week, 3 series that I've been collecting ended, so that helps clear out some space, and then I'm probably going to have to trim some extra fat too, because there's just so much good stuff out there. I don't even know what to collect half the time.
Well, I know. We can
first world problems.
We can kind of talk about what's coming out next week if you guys want to talk about what we should review.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Someone say something funny.
Just you. Tom King's run on Batman?
Yeah, not good. Not great, Bob. I have the whole run, so I can say it with certainty that it was not great.
Of course, I feel like opinion is shifting on that. It's probably people finally coming to terms with it, but I feel like when he first left, everybody was like, it was good. You just had to like read through it. And now even like the hardcore, like, well, yeah, it kind of wasn't great.
Something that's killing the children, number 10.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Flash 761.
Of course.
Nightwing 74. Amazing. Is there any Power Rangers? Let me look.
Nope, not next week.
2 weeks in a row, no Power Rangers. Are you kidding me?
Whatever will you do?
I know. Stargazer, number 1, comes out from Mad Cave Studios.
Now, it's not Power Rangers, but Kyle Higgins' new Rise of Ultraman issue number 1 comes out next week.
Oh, maybe we could pick that up.
Did y'all read that preview?
Yep.
What'd you think?
Oh, TMNT 109. There we go. Yeah.
Again,
I'll say I thought it was really good, despite not giving us really anything.
Yeah. We have the Web of Venom Wraith number 1 coming out, so I'm picking that up.
Yeah, me too.
And then there's some really, really good looking Thor reprints. So there's a reprint for number 3 with the sideways cover with Beta Ray Bill that looks really cool. And then the number 4 with Galactus on the cover, but he's dead now, so whatever.
So do y'all want to go ahead and
why Dustin says Donny Cates cannot hold James Tynion the Force jockstrap.
Pencil.
There you go.
Apparently we're a little more mature rated than Two Brothers channel, so over there they have to hold pencils. Over here they hold jock straps.
They do hold jock straps. Top brother.
So what's up? Y'all want to commit to Ultraman since that's a #1 and it's one of our favorite writers?
Yeah.
I mean, I just interviewed him the other day, so I mean, me and Kyle Higgins are pretty much best friends, you know.
That is until I talk to him on Tuesday.
Oh, there you go.
And then you're going to be bester friends.
There you go. Yeah, we can try it out.
Now we do have a title coming out on Wednesday that I kind of want to pump up a little bit. It's from Mad Cave Studios. It's called Dryfoot. Issue #1 comes out. That's a Jared Luan is the writer, Justin Birch on the letters, and I've read the first issue, and it is a really, really good book. So I think that's going to be an awesome title from Mad Cave and Jared. It's called, like, again, it's Dryfoot, and that'll be issue 1 will be out Wednesday.
Man, I've been following Jared for a long time, and I could have swore that book came out. He's been talking about it so long.
It was supposed to, and with everything
Pandemic.
going on, it got pushed back.
It sounds really good, though. Like, I see him talking about it all the time, and it seems like a genuine guy that's like really into writing this story and doing a good job by it. So
yeah, and then also from Mad Cave, Anthony Cleveland's Stargazer issue #1 is coming out, which we also have an exclusive from Simple Man's and the 616 Comics that is available as well.
Let me see if I can find it.
And that one, Ryan, I'm telling you, Stargazer, that is you all day, man. I enjoyed it, but I know you that's like you and Panda. Now that I know Panda's all about the space stuff, dude, like you guys will love that.
Shirt.
Dead serious.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out for sure. Then anything with space or sci-fi, like I read at least the first one.
Yeah,
so.
it's almost like
which I think I had heard about this one too. Oh yeah.
So
hot take. I really like the new Alien movies more than the older ones. I'm sure people are gonna have a field day with that.
Yeah, I mean, so far, unless I have some stuff coming in that I'm not sure of, I don't have a whole lot to pick up next week. So that's good. That is great.
Yeah. Flash 761, Nightwing 74, and then Ultraman is probably all I'm going to get next week, honestly.
TMNT 109.
Oh, TMNT 109. Yeah, I'll grab that too.
What do they call it in football when they don't play? A bye week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what we're about to have here. It seems like a very
no.
Yeah, look, there's Carlito already.
You're excited about Nightwing because every single issue, Dan Jurgens is killing it. And I'm excited to see, what they do after last issue, building up to Batman 99 to finish off Joker War, seeing if we're going to get him as Nightwing before Batman 99. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Lost? We need to do something together soon, for sure.
El Rapido.
Dude, yes. That TMNT 100 crane is amazing. It is amazing. Okay, a few things. First off, thank you everyone for coming and hanging out. This was a lot of fun, as always, on our Thursday night chat. We got done in under 2 hours, so Panda gets to not sleep on the couch tonight.
Yay!
I'm hosting an auction on Saturday on my YouTube channel at 1 o'clock Eastern. Going to be selling some good books, including I'm going to show it off really quick. Unless Jay Lutz wants to commit to it again or wants to buy it. The Thor lot. I had Thor 5 and 2 and the whole run. I'm going to go to a reader's lot of just like second and third prints because they're so awesome. And I want to continue reading it, but I want to be able to cash out on it. Oh, my God.
Dustin's out pandaing Panda.
So yeah, Saturday at 1 o'clock on my channel, we are doing an auction. Panda's going to be there. Selwyn, Wine Punch 72, Mike V, myself. I think that's everyone so far. So that's what we're doing at 1 o'clock on Saturday. I'm also going to be doing a show with my sister sometime. She has a YouTube channel for her daughter. I would love it if everyone hit this link that I'm about to put in there. They have 27 subscribers. They're putting out videos like at least once a week, if not twice. She's putting in a ton of work. So please, if you guys could go to this link that I'm putting in the chat, and subscribe to my sister's YouTube channel. It's called Beautiful Life of Lizzie. It's about her daughter, and they're actually like really good quality videos. And I want to do a giveaway with that very soon if people subscribe to her channel. So please hit that link, subscribe to my sister's channel. It's awesome. So Jay Blutz will be there. Here we go. Okay, so now I want to ask everyone what they got going on their channel coming up. Let's start with Ryan.
Hey, what's up? I put out quite a few things this week, actually. I had a video Monday, a podcast on Wednesday. I wrote a blog on Monday, I think. I have a video coming tomorrow. And then from there, just keep rolling with it. So plenty of stuff to find. There's a link in my bio on Instagram that will take you to all of that stuff.
Your Google site has a lot of stuff on there. A lot of stuff.
Maybe too much stuff.
Not too much. Panda, what you got?
Well, I have an unboxing that I'm premiering tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. So be there or be square. Saturday, I'll be doing the Saturday auction with you, and just more things on my channel. And hopefully, I can get that whole Monday night thing going. I know on Monday I'm going to be on a podcast with the doc, and then afterwards I'm going to be on Vincent McLean, the Comic Machine. I'm going to be on his Monday Jibber Jabber. So
there we go. Dustin, you and your brother Nick got lots of stuff. You guys dropped 2 videos today, plus you're on my Thursday night chat. What do you got coming up?
So yeah, we dropped a bunch of content this week. Tomorrow night, I've got the hunt, so I will be on there, and I will actually be doing double time with both of my characters, Road Dog and Unkind. So that should be fun. I'll also be at Nick's house tomorrow. So Saturday, Nick, me, and Comics and Death Metal, we are going to go hit a bunch of comic shops out in the Tennessee area around like Nashville and Franklin. And we're going to do some recording there. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed, but make sure you're following us on Instagram because I may go live on there. I've been trying to do some live streams on Instagram sometimes as well. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. I've got a huge AOK unboxing video that's going to be coming out. I don't know if Nick will get it edited for tomorrow or not. If he doesn't, it'll be dropping next week. And man, I'm telling you what, I literally almost fell out. Could not believe what was in this box. So be looking for that and just our normal content, week to week. Wednesday nights, we do the New Comic Book Day Hall live stream, and Saturday Night Babylon this Saturday, me and Nick in the same house. And y'all know when that happens, it's usually it's a mess. It is a mess. So that's pretty much it.
That's exciting.
Ryan calling me out for fanboying. Of course, I'm a fanboy. Unkind is one of my favorite characters I've ever freaking seen, and
That's
so
amazing.
I will vote for that all day, every day.
Oh yeah,
He's my favorite.
make sure you check out Alex Tapia's 100 subscriber giveaway going on his channel. Alex Tapia is an awesome person, so make sure you check out his channel. Dustin, I'm ready for interview.
Oh, I knew there was something I was forgetting. I knew. Oh, don't tell him. Don't tell him. I forgot. Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and Big Brother Jim Mint, we are going to be talking to Kyle Higgins on Jim Mint's channel, and we are both looking forward to that. So you guys go over to his channel and set your reminder now so you don't miss that. It's going to be a great, great time. We're looking forward to that. So don't tell him I forgot.
So speaking of Kyle Higgins, I just talked to him the other day. I really did, actually, on a Zoom call with Simple Man's Comics, and they're going to post that interview soon, and they're going to send me a copy of it so I can post it on my channel as well, where we interviewed Kyle Higgins about his time on Power Rangers, among other things, including Ultraman and this new project that he's yet to release the name of. I got to see it. I got to read the first issue, and it's really good. No big deal. Me and Kyle Higgins are pretty much best friends. But the interview is going to be showing up on my channel very soon. We got the auction on Saturday. I'm going to be doing a video with my sister. It's also going to be kind of like how I think you should be running a YouTube channel, like what the best way, like the tips are that I think you should do. I also got my new comic book day top picks video coming up. I got my Tuesday show. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing I think it's either a live stream or a recorded video with Mr. Comics 89. We're going to be discussing Thanos versus Darkseid. That should be on his channel. That should be a fun time. And so got lots of stuff coming, lots of content coming. Trying to keep 5 to 6 per week as I go back to work this week, and try to take less naps. So, sorry, Ruben. Sorry. You need an Instagram, by the way, Ruben.
Yes, I agree.
So we can talk. I feel like Jim Mint is the Joe Rogan of comic book interviews. I don't know. Looking forward to the interview.
Compliment. Joe Rogan is like, they're paying that guy like $10 million. Spotify is to not do any content anywhere except on Spotify. So he is no longer doing YouTube, no longer doing XM radio.
Who is this?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah,
like the Godfather. So yeah.
He launched on Spotify the other day, and then starting in December, you have to be a Spotify user
Premium
to
member?
listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be premium, but I think it's only going to be available on Spotify at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they're taking them off of every other platform for like $10 million.
It's
It's crazy.
Man. Could you imagine getting paid $10 million to do what we're just doing for fun?
No, I can't. Otherwise, I'd be getting paid to do it.
I mean, it sounds like a lot is going on with you guys. There really is. Honestly, there's a lot going on. No doubt about it. We're all busy, but honestly, of all the things I'm doing, this is still my favorite thing that I do every single week is getting to hang out with you guys, talking comics, giving each other crap, reviewing them, listening to Dustin try to sell me a car. That's the best part of my whole
By talking about a book.
I really appreciate you guys always joining me on my Thursday night chat, hanging out and talking. It's been, words can't describe how awesome and your guys' friendship is and how much I appreciate it. So thank you, everyone. Sold out. So, well, there you go. Thank you, everyone. Good work. Thank you. And make sure, again, you subscribe to my sister's YouTube channel on your way out. She's at 32 now after 5 subs. Let's try to get her up to 35 and more. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. We had a great time. And before we go, we do have to say our Thursday night chat is sponsored every single week by comicbook_pressing. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10. Make sure you use my promo code BURP54 to get free shipping back to you. Again, today's Thursday night chat, as always, is sponsored by comicbook_pressing on Instagram. He does a great job pressing comics. I don't use anyone else. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Oh,
excuse me. Sorry, just had to sit this over here.
Oh, jeez. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga,